Every hurricane season, talk about El Niño or La Niña inevitably resurfaces. Some years, the discussion becomes intense, with predictions about how destructive or disruptive to tropical cyclones development these phases will be. For many people, El Niño or La Niña seems to be an all-or-nothing phenomenon. My goal here is not to give you a full scientific breakdown of how El Niño or La Niña form, but rather to offer a clear introduction and set the stage for understanding their influence on tropical storms. The name El Niño comes from Peruvian fishermen who noticed that every December the normally cold Humboldt Current along the west coast of South America was temporarily replaced by a weaker, warmer current flowing from the equator. Because this shift happened around Christmas, they called it El Niño, meaning the boy child. Every 2 to 7 years, however, a much larger disruption occurs. The Humboldt Current weakens dramatically, warm water spreads across the central and eastern equatorial Pacific, and the entire ocean-atmosphere system shifts for months or even years. This prolonged warming is what we now call an El Niño event. La Niña is the opposite phase, marked by cooler than normal waters in the same region. The equatorial Pacific is a hotspot for air-sea interaction, which is why ENSO has such a powerful global reach. When El Niño develops, the water circulation weakens or even reverses. Changes in the atmosphere affect the ocean, and changes in the ocean feed back into the atmosphere. This feedback loop influences tropical storms in 2 major ways. First, ocean temperatures shift. Under normal conditions, strong easterly trade winds push warm water westward, allowing cooler water to rise to the surface in the eastern Pacific through upwelling. During El Niño, the temperature gradient weakens, warm water spreads eastward, and sea level pressure drops over the central and eastern Pacific. Convection becomes more active in these regions, creating a more favorable environment for tropical cyclone formation in the Pacific. Meanwhile, the Atlantic experiences cooler waters and reduced instability, which work against storm development. Second, El Niño increases vertical wind shear over the Caribbean and Atlantic. The warm air associated with El Niño helps maintain the upper levels temperature pattern, which in turn increases wind shear. Strong shear disrupts the structure of developing storms, making it harder for hurricanes to form or intensify. This year, El Niño is getting extra attention because climate models strongly suggest a strong to very strong event developing. That could mean an active Pacific hurricane season and a quieter Atlantic one. However, the expected peak is around October, near the end of the Atlantic season. That means the basin is not completely protected. Even in a quiet year, it only takes one well-timed storm with the right conditions to cause major impacts if it makes landfall. All this being said about El Niño, now think opposite effects during La Niña conditions. No matter if El Niño comes, stay safe and informed during this or any other hurricane season. I hope you enjoy this short lesson on El Niño and the effects on tropical storms and hurricanes. I will see you next time in another Weather Files learning video.